Christy-Faith. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I think I forgot water. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Christy-Faith. I am live tonight to answer homeschooling questions. It is curriculum buying season. I have been getting so many questions about buying curriculum. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to open this up. It's good to see you tonight. Who's here with me? Hello. Hi, Instagram. Hi, YouTube. Hi, TikTok. Hi, Facebook. Welcome, everybody. Let's talk homeschooling. Tis the season where we're really starting to think about next year, buy curriculum for next year. Is anybody on the fence tonight? Not sure if they're going to homeschool. Oh, do I pull my kids? Do I not? What's going to be the best? Hi, Jennifer. It's good to see you. We are on TikTok. Hello, we are on Facebook. Hi, we are on YouTube. Hi again. And of course, we're on Instagram. Hi, Instagram. It's good to see everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I would love to hear a recent homeschool win. Let's start the night with something really encouraging. I'd love to hear that from you. Let me take a quick sip. I had a really cool story. It happened tonight at dinner, and we were talking to the kids. And they don't understand the concept of flunking out of a class. And I was telling a story. Hi, everybody. Oh, Stacy's here. Hi. I was telling my kids a story about a Spanish class and not passing. And they're like, what's not passing? Because they don't really understand that. We don't work that way. In homeschooling, you don't have to. And my littlest one said, oh, that's when you have to go back. If you're in Spanish C, you go back to Spanish B. And if you're in Spanish B and you don't pass, you go back to Spanish A. And then my other one, I have four, but my other one looks at me and says, no, you just work on Spanish B until you're ready to move on. There's no flunking. And I just thought that was so cute. Hello. Hi, friends. Oh, my friends are here. Welcome, everybody. Do we already have questions?
I think Kelly had a hard day. She said, I was second guessing continuing today.
Oh, Kelly, tell us. Where is Kelly? IG?
She's in the group.
Oh, Kelly, DM me in the group. Oh, I don't want you to feel that way. We'll talk about it in the group, okay?
Ask Me Please says, hey, how early can we turn in a binder? We're done in 5 days, but I feel like it's too early to turn in.
Yeah, you have time. It depends on your state laws. So she's referring to when do I notify the state that I'm homeschooling, right? So it's not always called a binder. So I just use a more general term, like when is the right time to notify? A lot of states, of course, are you going into summer, so your school year's ending. You're not going to get a truancy notice because it's not legal school days, right, for the summer. You would only get a truancy notice and have to notify the state right away if this was during the school year. All the states have different laws regarding when you are supposed to notify. Some states say you have to notify 15 days before you pull your child out of school. Some states say you have to notify 15 days after or within 15 days. So just keep an eye on your state laws. Make sure that you comply. But no, if you're just finishing out this school year, you don't have to notify right away. You would just, usually they say, the laws say, notify within 15 days of pulling your child or by September 1st or some other date, right? The date depends on each state. And so there is usually a fall start date where they want all the homeschoolers who are in that state, they want your stuff turned in by a certain date in the fall. So, hello. Oh, it was like a Monday. You couldn't get back into your rhythm today. Oh, I'm so sorry. But you made it. Yeah. I know. It feels like I've had a rough couple of days too. But what we did today to just break out of it, and I'm sure you do this already, Kelly, but anybody else listening, it's very normal to have harder homeschool days, just like we all have hard. Think about your own self, right? Your mood changes on a daily basis. Our kids need to have that space too, to maybe have harder days, or us have harder days, or then we all have hard days all at once and then they're really hard. But we just did a couple of projects this morning during our morning time to to mix things up. That's generally what I do, and it helps. We kind of do a reset. Yeah. Come and ask your homeschooling questions. Let me know if you're on the fence, if you're scared to homeschool and what your fears are. I don't need to convince you to homeschool, but I certainly know quite a bit, and I can answer your questions if there's a nagging thing like, I just can't live with my kid not having prom, or what about sports, or are homeschoolers all awkward? We can talk about all that tonight. And yes, another question?
Jennifer says,
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer Harley, we're year-round, curriculum purchased, and we are getting our second grade rhythm going.
Oh, nice. Anybody else year-round homeschoolers in here? I am definitely a year-round homeschooler, but I will say that I go a little bit lighter in the summer because when our pool is open, there's a lot more activities that we can do. So I consider it a really good week if we get 3 good school days in. So if we have something planned in the summer, we just don't do school. So that's how we kind of do it, and it all evens out. In my state, you need 170-something days per year. I always go over. Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah. I mean, it matters, but I never worry about not getting in all those days. It's very easy for me to get in the days that I legally have to get in. Yeah.
Ray says, how to start. My 3 kids are 5 years apart each.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. I think that's great that your kids are 5 years apart. I would start by grabbing my 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. Grab that. It's 26 pages. It's right behind me. It has like a pink cover right there. Grab that. Let me know what you think. Shoot me an email. And yeah, that's a great place to start.
We've got a lot of great questions. I'm
going
to jump over to Instagram here. Maria says, hello, homeschool has to be in English?
You know, that is a really good question. I don't know if the states have laws regarding what language homeschool needs to be taught in. You know, you just win the award. Someone ring a bell. You gave me a question I haven't had before, and now I really want to know. Does homeschool have to be taught in English? Does anyone know that? Please let me know in here if you do know. I'm sure it varies by state. I don't know if the states have written in the statutes that primary instruction must be done in English. I have no idea.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Brandy has a great question on TikTok.
Hi, Brandy.
But, we're going to jump back to do a few more Instagrams before we get you, Brandy. Let's see. We have Homeschoolers Almanac. We year-round homeschool, travel around the country in our RV.
Oh, I love road schoolers. We have a road schooler in our community. Yay.
Stella Elder 2, the state I live in doesn't have any requirements for homeschoolers. How do I make sure I'm doing what's best and we're actually learning?
Okay, so your state is a very low regulation state. You don't know, and they're not requiring anything. You have the freedom to do what you want to do and to educate your child how you see fit. So is she concerned with her making sure she teaches what?
Yes, I think she just wants to make sure they're learning.
Okay, so
and
if
doing what's best.
Okay, and doing what's best. If you can always pull standards from any other state. They're pretty similar across the board, just to kind of double check. But if you're buying, some of the more popular curricula options and following those, I wouldn't worry. You can absolutely trust those. If you're for writing, if you're doing like one of the top 3, in math, you're doing one of the top 3, I wouldn't worry at all. If you are building your own curriculum and you have concerns, you can grab the state standards and just kind of see how you're doing for each grade level. That's another way to do it too.
Yep. Let's see. We have
the neighbor. I'm so embarrassed because I just saw. Did you guys see me look outside? My neighbor just walked by and saw me. Oh no, I'm so embarrassed. My neighbors don't really know what.
There's a lot of people seeing you right now, though.
Not my neighbors. Oh my goodness. You guys, this is a weird life that we live here. Yeah.
Daniela Esquire, maybe. California has to be English. Maybe she's Esquire, so.
Okay, yeah, good.
Somebody, Brian Buchanan, says no, doesn't have to be in English, but must pass English core class.
Okay, that makes sense. I love this discussion. I'm going to obsessively research tonight. Okay. And then what states does it require? I'm sure you have to have English proficiency, right? Because, well, I'm just thinking of like our citizenship test to become a U.S. citizen. You have to have you have to be able to read that test in English. So I would think that there would probably be laws that say that you have to have a level of English proficiency.
Brandy, Ashley, Jessica, Antoinette, we're coming.
We're coming, girls.
One more on.
Are they all on Instagram?
All on TikTok.
TikTok, we're coming.
We're coming TikTok, but one more for Instagram. We have
Okay, Instagram.
The Sal 5 year-round here, wanting some advice to change things up and make school at home more fun and enjoyable for all. Any tips?
Okay, you guys, throw in your tips. What are your suggestions for her to spice up her homeschool? What is coming to mind for me is doing a unit of interest-led homeschooling, sitting your kids down, having them brainstorm. I would start with asking them some of their favorite homeschooling memories. That will give you a clue as to what they love to do and what they're interested in. I would have them brainstorm what are their favorite subjects or items that they've done in school. And then you can turn that into an interest-led unit study. Like, for example, you can just keep with the math that you're doing every day, right? Because that's easy to do. And then say, you know what, we're going to do 2 weeks of just total. We're going to go to the library. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Another great way to spice up homeschooling is subscription boxes. Those are absolutely wonderful. For my kids' birthdays and Christmases and stuff, I don't want more toys. I usually ask for experiences or those subscription boxes because basically they are unit studies all in one. There's so much that you can do. You can go on Outschool and take some classes that are really interesting in PowerPoint. Maybe instead of writing your next essay, you do it in a PowerPoint or a Canva presentation instead. What are you guys doing on those when school's starting to get a little mundane? What are you doing to spice up your homeschool? I would love to hear from you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, TikTok.
Okay, TikTok, we're here.
Okay. So we have Brandy Heron. Does it matter what dates you put down for year-round if you only have to do 180 days?
It does. This is Brandy.
Brandy Heron.
Yeah, Brandy. It does matter. Usually the states have a date that they want you registered every fall. So that's when you would start your year-round. So the answer is yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with Ashley. I'm pulling my kids this new year, and
Yay.
I'm so nervous. I'm thinking of starting with my father's world.
Oh, wonderful, Ashley. And I'm going to personally invite you to join my community. I don't want you to feel alone or lost or insecure or anything. For the live tonight, because we like to give you guys something special, starting right now and for 2 hours after the live, is it going to end at 9?
Yeah.
9 p.m. Mountain?
Yeah.
We're giving you 50% off the first month. So please take advantage of that. If you're homeschooling starting next year, now is the time to join my community. This is when we're all making our curriculum decisions. That's what we're talking about in the discussion boards. The workshops are absolutely phenomenal, and we can start the conversations now. Like a lot of the moms right now, we're going through curriculum decisions. Some of them are making changes, and we're going subject by subject by subject and talking about each of the kids. So I want to personally invite you guys who are on my live tonight, if you like my advice, if you feel lost, feel alone, if you feel like you haven't found your people yet. But in addition, it's not just community. It is me and my team of handpicked mentors because homeschool moms, more than anybody else, they need educational advice because they're doing this on their own, right? When your kid is in school, you get the school telling you what to do and giving you advice. But a lot of homeschool moms aren't fed in that way. And that is really my heart. That's my calling. That's why I started the community. And I've always done consultations, but I was very dissatisfied with how few of you I was able to reach. I needed to make something affordable so I could help the most women possible. So it's 50% off for the next 2 hours. That button is right in my link tree. So go ahead and grab it, and it will disappear and be gone. So don't email me tomorrow saying, the button will not be there, okay? Okay.
Great. Okay, so
Back to questions.
Yep. So we have Jessica. Hello, new
Jessica, in what platform is she?
She's TikTok.
Hi, Jessica. Okay, TikTok. I have the 3 cameras. Boom, boom, boom. In my How to Homeschool guide right there, it's free. It's 26 pages. I have a graph in there that tells you the range on per age of child, how many hours per day is suggested for homeschooling. So go grab that. It's free.
Great.
Yay, and you're new here. Stay. Ask more questions.
Yeah, that's awesome. Antoinette, if you want to do road school, do you just report to your home state or the state you're currently in?
Yes. So I need to get clarification on this myself. I would contact HSLDA, inform them what you're doing. Usually there is a home state, yes. So, but you want to verify that you're doing everything legally. So HSLDA is very familiar with road schooling, and it's a lot of people do it. It's absolutely possible. So don't worry about it. And homeschooling is legal in all 50 states anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, Ashley follows up with, what do you think of my father's world? I'll be teaching 2, 3, and 5th grade.
My Father's World is a great curriculum. I would love to know more about it. There's ladies in my community who were asking me for coupon codes for it. So I did reach out to them saying, hey, can I have a coupon for my community? Did we hear back from them? From My Father's World? Okay. What I will say about My Father's World is I don't know many people who stay with it long term. That's what I will say. So, and I have not personally used it myself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Grace Ann just popped on here on TikTok.
Hi.
I want to homeschool. My daughter was diagnosed with autism, and I'm being told she can only get help at school.
Yes, that's a lie.
Am I doing a disservice
No.
by homeschooling?
No, you are not. In fact, that angers me, and I get that almost every live. You ladies who are on my live, I am so doggone sick and tired of pediatricians and the system thinking that they are going to do a better job with a child who has special needs, who needs individualized attention, and them literally looking you in the face and saying, but not your individualized attention. Oh, no, 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 no. They need an aid. They need an aid. Or they need this, or they need to be in a smaller class, or they need to be singled out. They need to not have recess time because they need extra time on all their assignments and their tests. Like bull crap. Bull crap makes me mad. Oh no, I'm getting fired up. You have what it takes to homeschool your child with special needs, and by golly, you're going to do a much better job because you're motivated to do it. The special ed system is such a hot mess. It's dismal. It's dismal. So that is a hill that I will die on. You can get to know your child. You can get to know how your child learns. You can read that IEP, read up on autism and your child's specific learning styles. You can do it. It's not really like there's not this magical curriculum necessarily. It's who you are and how you teach. And that's all personalized. And who can do it better than you? Who knows your child better than you? Nobody, right? Us homeschool moms, we're not claiming to know everything. I don't know AP physics, but you better believe my kids are going to be well prepared and get into great colleges. I don't need to know every single thing. We source things. When we don't have the information ourselves, or when we don't know the information ourselves, we get the resources to do it and to do it really well. And the statistics prove that we are doing it better because homeschoolers score 15 to 30% higher academically than schooled kids, and that includes private school kids. So
we got some great
I'm fired up.
Jessica, Vicky, Vic, we're coming.
Okay, we're coming, Jessica and Vicky.
Okay. First, I'm going to bounce over to YouTube. Sadie asks, can you recommend a non-CTC math program? What would you pick? Elementary grade.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not sure I'm ready to take it online.
You're not sure? Okay. Yeah. You don't want to take it online. You don't want CTC. And what was the other parameter? This is fun. Elementary. Any of them, Math UC, any of them. Really? They're young. I'm not a Saxon fan. We'll say that. Yeah.
Okay. Stella Elder over on Instagram. How do you make transcripts for high schoolers?
Easily. Very easily. It's so much easier than you think. It can be literally an Excel spreadsheet. Colleges are recruiting homeschoolers more than they ever have. Homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate. They do better in the college environment. They are motivated learners, often self-starters. So they're doing really well in colleges. So you make your own. And often what homeschool moms do is for their very first child, they usually get help, like a template or HSLDA helps. You can even hire someone if you want to that walks you through. But generally speaking, moms do that. Parents do that for the first kid. And then the rest of the kids, they realize this is pretty easy. Yeah.
Okay, great.
For a diploma, you go to like homeschooldiploma.com.
Okay. So we have, let's see here, Antoinette, just kind of a follow-up to Grace Ann.
Okay.
Homeschooling the autistic daughter.
Yes.
My child's autistic as well. She gets private therapies, does
Yes.
not have to go to the school to get them.
Yes, absolutely.
Jessica, following up with, my daughter is in 2nd grade, and I honestly love homeschool, but I have a lot of friends that tell me,
Yeah.
you know where this is going?
Yes.
We are being selfish with her because
Selfish.
she has no social life. What should I say to them?
Okay, hold on. We have a daughter here.
Mommy, my ball got stuck up in the tree. I couldn't find it. Then I threw the pole up in the tree to get it, and then it got stuck.
Oh no.
And now
Ask your
I can't
brother.
get
Okay,
anything down.
can you ask your brother?
He won't get it.
Okay. So a ball, okay, here's the story. Here's the drama. And I have a pine cone now. Okay.
I shot it with my
You shot, okay, so my daughter just shot this pine cone in the door with her bow and arrow. And there's a ball stuck in the tree. And when they went to throw another thing to get the ball out of the tree,
Hey, don't worry, plus bounce your ball.
okay, the second thing got stuck in the tree. But I think brother's helping. Okay, drama. I'm going to close this. They're pretty cute out there. Although now I'm holding a pine cone and I don't know why. Okay. That I really want to get back to that question. Her friends are telling her that she is selfish. Why?
Because her daughter's not going to be socialized.
Okay, well, is your daughter socialized?
Let's see.
I'm sure she is. It's kind of a joke
She's
question.
Like, we go out and sometimes meet up with other parents that homeschool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just want to, I want all of us to be mindful of the people that we surround ourselves with our educational choices. So interestingly, what can happen when we homeschool is people all have their own stuff going on in their own minds and things like that. What can happen is people can feel like because you're making a choice that you feel is better or a harder choice, they can feel judged. That's not you. That's not, I mean, it could be you, but I don't think it is. People feel judged or they feel threatened that about that choice. There are certain things, there's an aspect of homeschooling that can be pretty triggering because we're saying no, we are rejecting what they are doing, right? I mean, ultimately, and some people can misconstrue that as a rejection of them. But they are equally rejecting your choice as well. So listen, the statistics show without a shadow of a doubt that this is a healthy choice for families to make. So any opinions otherwise are misinformed. So it really depends on how you respond to them. It depends on the relationship that you have with them. It could be as simple as boundary setting, or maybe they actually are concerned and they maybe need a book. I wouldn't give people a book or statistics or anything if they're kind of unteachable and that you would be wasting your time. This is more like if you have a grandparent who just is really confused and the idea is really foreign to the grandparent, but they're curious about it. That's someone that you would give a book to have lots of conversations about, talk about the statistics, this and that and the other. You can send them my TikToks. But sometimes there's just people that are going to be judgy and non-supportive, and those are people that you're going to end up setting healthy boundaries with. So there's all of that, but I will say, it's a funny accusation when people call us selfish, because it's not that at all. I mean, we are certainly making tremendous sacrifices to homeschool our kids. Yes.
100%. Vic,
we're here. Okay, Vicky.
What are your ideas for how to manage if you are a family that needs 2 incomes?
Yeah. So a lot of families, both parents work and they homeschool. Keep in mind, homeschooling does not take 7 hours of the day. It takes a couple of hours, even in high school, 3-4 hours. And when you're that old, most of that is independent anyway. Also, when you are in those older grades, you're usually doing hybrid classes, dual enrollment, online classes. So the instruction is not solely the parent. The hardest years to homeschool when you are working with 2 parents working is the younger years, because of the babysitting that is required. You need either family help, or you need to hire help, or maybe do a little preschool a couple of days a week so that you can have the freedom. But when your kids get older and you're all I'm assuming that you are working from home. So if both parents are working from home, it's very doable. One parent works outside of the home, one parent in the home, also very doable. A lot of parents do shift work where they trade off. But keep in mind, when homeschool parents work, there's a couple things that we do that are like the ace in our pocket. Is one, we homeschool year round. We just do. Sometimes we homeschool on Saturdays, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. You figure it out. And number 2 is we get creative. We make sure that our kids are getting what they need. But, if you're not available for the same amount of hours that maybe a stay-at-home mother is, that means we're going to make different curriculum decisions. So a big decision our family made this year, which I should be talking about this, and I will in a second, is we moved one of our children over to CTC Math because the curriculum that we were using was so parent intensive, and Scott and I both work, that it was getting too much. And what was happening is that curriculum was still a fit for our kid, but it was no longer a fit for me and Scott. We work a lot. You guys know I have a book deadline coming up, and I just wasn't doing right by my kids' education because of trying to hang on to the same curriculum that I was hanging on to. So we moved over to CTC Math, where it's all outsourced. If you haven't heard of CTC Math before, it's pretty life-changing. It's pretty amazing. If you're one of those people that's like, I want to homeschool, but how am I going to homeschool math? The answer is CTC. It's an online program. It teaches kindergarten all the way through high school, college preparatory. Everything is on the online platform. Quizzes, tests, reviews. It's a mastery approach to math, not spiral. I'm not a fan of spiral. I can go into that later if you want me to. It is affordable, so affordable. Family-friendly pricing, money-back guarantee, free trial, and they don't even need to do all that stuff because they're amazing in their own right. I have gotten to know them. I was scrutinizing them before I was willing to move my child over, and I was scrutinizing them, let's just be honest. And I have been nothing but absolutely pleased. So do check them out. If math is something where you're tearing your hair out or you're about to quit homeschooling because of math, no. CTC Math, go ahead and look it up. It's a phenomenal program. And you can ask me questions about it here. Okay.
Penny, we're coming to you, Penny, over on...
I love that name, Penny.
I think she's in the group. Penny Potache?
Are you in the group, Penny? I love that name.
But first, let's finish up with Vic.
Okay, Vicky.
So, if you are not teaching all day, why not send them to public school and then give them support?
Oh, so many reasons, Vicky.
Both her and her husband are outside the home.
Oh, you're outside the home. Yeah, well, public school might be a fit for you. Absolutely. There are a lot of reasons why not to send your child to public school. When my book comes out, I want you to buy it. Yay! But yeah, so there are lots of reasons why parents choose to homeschool. Emotional health, right? Our schools aren't necessarily safe places anymore. Bullying, social environment, academic failures, big time. If your kid has special needs, that's a reason to homeschool. If you're just family values and ideals are contrary to what the public schools are teaching, that is a valid reason to homeschool. But you can choose to put your kid in public school too. We have the choice. But there are don't think that homeschooling is a duplicate. I guess my point that I'm trying to make, Vicki, is that homeschooling is not a duplicate of public school at home. We are doing something entirely different. There are 9 different pedagogies of teaching children. Our public school system is one, and it's called traditional. And you can do that. You can buy a homeschool curriculum where you're doing traditional schooling at home or public school at home. Most of us, though, we don't buy into the system anymore. We see that as pretty damaging, killing a love for learning. Age segregation, I consider a pretty big problem that no one even talks about. I don't think age segregation is healthy in learning. Lots of other things. So there are lots of reasons why, even if you work, to still homeschool. Yes.
Okay. So,
or not. You might like the public schools. Okay.
Yeah, and Penny was asking, what is a writing curriculum that is structured for high school level?
There are 3 that I like a lot. You can always do IEW, and then you can do writing and rhetoric. And there's other great ones like Write Shop. Pretty much like the top 5 that you would see in the homeschooling realm will all do a really good job in high school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And then, yeah, all right, so back over to TikTok.
Yay, TikTok.
Emily is in the house.
Hi, Emily. Oh, Emily's here. Hi.
We have got, Lana Higgins, so sweet. You've helped me walk into homeschool smoothly.
Lana.
Thanks for your words and your platform.
Thank you, Lana. Are you in the group?
Thank you so
I
much.
want to know you.
I've homeschooled my son since the beginning of this year.
Oh.
And he's done great. Yeah.
I'm so thrilled. Thank you so much for saying that and encouraging me tonight. If you're not in my group, I'd love to get to know you. You guys, for those of you on this live right now, we put a button in my link tree that gives you 50% off the first month. So if it's kind of like you're on the fence and you're like, I kind of want to just try it, this is the time, and we'll have that button up for 2 hours. So it's up now, and it'll be up for 2 hours.
Lisa, your videos are so encouraging for this insecure homeschool mom. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Emily, there's no coupon code. Oh, yeah, there is, right? You put the coupon code in the button?
Yeah, go to Linktree, and the coupon code's right on the Linktree.
Yeah, the coupon code is right on the Linktree, everybody, to get 50% off the first month in my community. I don't want you to feel insecure. If you are the type of mom, if you have not found your people yet, if you really could need some solid advising, academic advising, while you're beginning your homeschool journey or within the first 5 years of your homeschool journey, you want a non-judgmental place where you just feel incredibly supported. If you love to grow and learn as much as you can about homeschooling and what other moms are doing and to be encouraged, please consider joining Thrive Homeschool Community. That is my community right now for just you guys tonight for the next 2 hours. It's 50% off the first month. Please read my bio, because I'm not just a lady on here telling you things. Read my bio. I have been in education for 20 years. I am a teacher's teacher, and so my heart is to still be a teacher's teacher, but I want to teach you. I want to teach you homeschool moms. I want to encourage you. All day long, you are feeding your kids Cheerios and mac and cheese and all of this stuff. Who's going to feed you? I am. I literally was put on this earth to feed you. It is my calling. So if you have been wondering about my community, if you are homeschooling starting in the fall, now is the perfect time to join, because you're making a lot of decisions from now through the summer to get ready for your start in August. Please, please, I would love to get to know you. You can DM me in there. Oh, Emily, you're so sweet. Yes. Good. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. Okay, let's get back to questions.
Jessica says, do you like math seeds and studies weekly?
I have not used Math Seeds. Yeah, I have not used either of those. But that's a great thing because often people ask me those specific questions and I say, put it in the threads in Thrive because chances are out of all the women in there, someone has used it and can advise you on it. Because I know of a lot of the curricula out there. I know most of it. I know about most of it. Like I had heard of Math Seeds, but I have not used them all. Of course not, right? So, yeah.
Caitlin says, favorite curriculum to teach reading to pre-readers.
Yes. So there are quite a few, but it's very important that you take a phonics-based approach when you are teaching a little one an emergent reader. And I really like programs like Pinwheels, Logic of English, All About Reading. Just make sure it is in the Orton Gillingham style, and you are set.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Cool. Alexa says, do you like Blossom and Root? My daughter is just not enjoying the work.
Yeah.
We were doing the good and the beautiful.
Okay, and she's not enjoying Blossom and Root either? Yeah. I don't know many people that stay with Blossom and Root, but I have not used it myself. So that'd be a good question for the threads in Thrive too. So when I have not personally used a curriculum, I usually encourage you guys to go into the threads because then we can all benefit from the information that everyone's sharing. So.
Yeah. Oh, Cassandra follows up with the public school discussion. If public school is the standard for socialization, I promise you don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Great. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm on the fence.
Oh, was that Emily asking about Blossom and Root?
No, somebody else.
Oh, Emily's answering. Okay, Emily, have you used Blossom and Root? Is that why I'm thinking Emily may have? So, but she's bringing up a really good point. If Blossom and Root is the type of curriculum that has a lot of fluff, that like kind of makes fluff with everything. So what's so funny is there is a curriculum company that I absolutely love, but we recently left their grammar because my son and I had a conversation and we were both like, let's just learn grammar. And so I bought a cut and dry, literal grammar curriculum where we are diagramming sentences and we are working through it at a really good clip. He just was tired of everything having the added extra. He just wanted to learn it. And he likes learning. So we've established that foundation so that it's, we feel pressure as homeschool moms to make everything absolutely interesting and fun. And we don't have to do that at all. Sometimes it's just time to learn it.
Mary Wilson's on here.
Hi, Mary. Yay.
Enjoying the...
Let's just learn. Are you going to quote me on that, Mary? No, literally. He did. He looked at me. I'm not going to name the curriculum because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but he looked at me one day and was like, can we just learn grammar? I mean, we were like reading complicated poems to point out the adjectives. I mean, it was a lot when we can just say an adjective does this. Let's find it. This is how you diagram it. But who doesn't love diagramming sentences? It kind of is the most fun thing ever, I will say. I love it.
If you were just starting out, asks Alexa, what curriculum would you use for kindergarten?
Oh my goodness. I would not use a box. If I was just starting out, I would use a really lovely Orton Gillingham-based program for reading, and I would use a lovely mastery-based program, not Spiral, for math, and then the rest I would have fun with.
Yeah.
That's what I would do for kindergarten. I would have fun with history, be interest-led with history, be interest-led with science, do tons of nature study, go outside and play, read out loud every day. Build up your vocal cords. Get your kids to absolutely fall in love with reading.
Sadie over on YouTube, I want to hear those Spiral versus Mastery opinions.
Yes.
That you mentioned.
Should I hit the play button on you?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Scott, the reason why I said, should we ask you, Scott, is he ran our math department at our center and has taught every math curricula on the market. And when we were about to homeschool our kids, he's like, I really want to do a mastery-based approach, not a spiral approach. So we choose a mastery-based approach to our math, but of course with mixed reviews. Some people say mastery approach with spiral review. You can also say mastery approach with mixed review. Some people think that a mastery-based approach to learning math means you learn one thing and then you never revisit it again so your kid forgets it. But the curricula doesn't work that way. None of them do. There's always built-in reviews. So that's how we like to teach math. We don't prefer a spiral method. I think a spiral method can be confusing for kids. I think super highly gifted kids, like crazy gifted, can do very well with the spiral approach if they don't struggle with confusion of concepts. But the spiral approach is you don't have a real full understanding or a mastery before hitting a topic but leaving it and moving on to something else. That's why they kind of call it a spiral. And then each time you revisit it, you go a little bit deeper. That can be what we saw at our center is that approach can be pretty confusing for kids at times. So, and then some of the spiral curricula there is just too much that we think is just overkill. So that's what I think about it. Yeah.
Truth and Grace asks, how do the CTC math levels work? And is it hard to go from spiral to that mastery program?
It is not hard to go from spiral to mastery. If I was leaving spiral and then going to a mastery-based program, what you want to do is whatever grade level your child is in now, I would take the diagnostic test for the year prior in CTC. That way you can know if your kid understands everything for the year prior and see if there are any gaps. That's why I love CTC for tutoring as well, is you can take those diagnostic tests and see where the gaps are and literally click a button and watch lessons to get mastery only in those areas that have those gaps. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's really, really great. So, and it's not just going from spiral to something else. All math curricula teaches different different items at different times. So don't think that those gaps, if you were to move from one curriculum to another, you would have gaps according to that new curriculum, no matter what you were moving from or to. It does not mean your child is behind by any stretch. So that's also why I think it's pretty important when you're homeschooling to try to keep with, especially in the younger years, like when you get to algebra 1, algebra 2, things like that, that's pretty basic. You could switch from different curricula for those. But when they're younger, it's kind of good to try, if you can, to find a solid curricula and kind of stay with it, because if you're jumping around, that is a formula for having gaps. So when we moved my son over to CTC, we had him he's advanced, so we just had him take the diagnostic for the current grade level that he is in now. And sure enough, there were the gaps. There weren't, significant gaps at all. It was just from a changing from one curriculum to another. And since we're kind of changing long term, we wanted to make sure everything was shored up for this curriculum up until now. And so he's just doing those particular lessons. Did I answer her question?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Living Upside Down said, what math programs do you recommend?
Yeah, so I really like CTC math. That's what we've moved to. I think that Singapore math UC is quite popular.
Okay.
Mr. D math is absolutely wonderful. Hi, Kayla.
Let's see here. So, yeah, all right. Let's go to Kyla then. When did you start homeschooling?
So I homeschooled other people's kids before my own. So I've been homeschooling quite a long time. My kids have never been in the system, if that's what you were wondering. So I did not put my kids in the system and pull them. They've never been to a school. And yes, I homeschool year round. That was another question I just saw pop in.
Emily Rick's violin. Any tips on dealing with middle schoolers who constantly complain about schoolwork?
Girl.
Homeschooling would be so much better without it. I think I wouldn't so often wish public school was an option.
Girl. I bet you if we switched kids, the kids would be fine in each other's homes, right? It's the dynamics of being the mama. Yeah, I'm with you. It's normal. It's a difficult age. And this is what I will say is that beating our heads against the, and I know I'm not giving you anything special. Please don't think that I am. I want to tell you something that's worked. It's made significant differences for me. Is my oldest, when we were really starting to butt heads and I was just tearing my hair out like, right? You have such potential. What's going on? Knowing your child's love language. I know it sounds so simple. Knowing your child's love language and feeding it daily. So my particular child, it's time spent, and it's a lot of time spent. Some days I feel like it's more than what I have, but behavior is completely different on those days where I have filled this child's cup with time spent. And we do that in all sorts of ways. So it's kind of, what I have found is the answer for me is not just in doubling down more. I feel like doubling down on a junior higher it just makes the problem so much worse. So it's figuring out how that child can feel loved, figuring out what they need. Of course, you know this, you being vulnerable as a parent yourself, talking about your own mistakes, making sure you apologize, and loving this new phase in cognitive development, right? Where they can point out your flaws now. This phase where I was having a really hard time, and then, but now we've turned a corner in our home, yeah.
God Beholds has a great question, but first, Truth and Grace, just wanted to say we also implemented loop schedule because
yes.
of you.
Oh,
it's been such a game changer.
Yes, you guys, if you are a homeschooler who always feels behind, like, I didn't get to everything today, or, it's already Friday and we didn't get to everything that we needed to get to, try a loop schedule. In my free How to Homeschool guide, which is right there, but you can get it in the link in my bio. In that homeschool guide, which is free, it's 26 pages. I think on page 22 or 21 and 22 in there, I describe what a loop schedule is and I show you a sample. It freed me. So go try that out. If you guys, who's in my community who's here tonight? I'd love to know. Share what it's like being in my community. If you are on the fence, I'm like, I don't know if I want to join Christy's community or not. Tonight would be the night because I'm giving 50% off your first month, and that button will be live for 2 hours. It's just something special for you guys on my live tonight. A lot of mamas are right now making this decision to homeschool for next year. Now would be the time to join so that you can get in community. We can talk about all those curriculum choices. We can make those decisions together and set you up right for your next school year so that you don't ever have to feel alone, not even for 1 second. We have lots of subgroups in my space. Read up on what it is. I'm not going to drone on and on here tonight. Read up on it. Read my bio. Read what we do in that group. I show up on 7 Zooms per month in there, in addition to all sorts of other gives. You can DM me. I DM you back within 48 hours. There's so much that we do in there. It's high value. So if you have been thinking about trying it out, now is the time because it's 50% off the first month. Okay.
Hilda over
Hilda.
on Instagram.
Yes.
We're gonna come right back
okay.
to you. Oh, and so many people are so sweet about Thrive.
Oh.
I'm in Thrive. I love it. It has made a world of difference. I couldn't homeschool without it.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Me, I love it.
Yay. And tomorrow we have 2 discussion groups in Thrive. That's going to be super fun. We're going to talk about what we learned from the panel that was last week. We interviewed 5 adults who were homeschooled all the way through 12th. That was phenomenal. And you get to watch the replays if you missed it. So that's already up on replay.
Wag more, bark less. I started in Thrive and recently, and I love it.
Oh.
Okay, so we will go to back over to TikTok here.
Yes.
Sure, after leaving CC.
I know.
For a while, but no longer. And
it was what for a while?
I guess CC was fine for a while, but
okay.
No longer. And,
wait, who is this?
This is God Beholds.
Is she on TikTok?
She is on TikTok.
God Beholds. When I left, it was really hard. And I was in a state of confusion for a while after leaving. I know exactly where you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that Russian,
Okay.
Russian 007, I need to debunk my husband and calm him down with homeschooler academic statistics. Can you please make a video on academic statistics?
I did.
For kids who have been homeschooled, college, etc.
Yes, I have. They're all over my page. But the easiest one is homeschoolers do outperform schooled kids, meaning private and public. Homeschoolers outscore them by 15 to 30%. We homeschoolers score significantly higher on SAT and ACT. I think it's average 70 points higher on the SATs. Homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate than non-homeschoolers. Colleges are now recruiting homeschoolers. And a lot of this is because schools are not really teaching kids logical thinking, critical thinking. They're giving it lip service, but they're not actually doing the training. And in homeschool circles, it's very common for our kids to take like informal logic and formal logic. So our kids are just taught how to think a lot better. They are critical thinkers. In general, homeschoolers are significantly better writers coming out of school. So the statistics are there. They are there. So academics is not a valid reason. You could have other reasons, but to say that kids in school are better academically or taught better is just not true. Yeah.
Oh, and God beholds follow-up. This is the CC expatriate.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I'm feeling lost, but I know it's right to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I felt too. And I lost friends. Not all my friends, but I couldn't support it anymore. Okay.
Oh, I love this. Michaela, playgroup today. My almost 8-year-old kid was playing with 2 years old.
Yes.
8-year-old, adults, everyone.
I know. Yes.
Yeah.
And they have their own curriculum and they have kind of their own rules and regulations and ways of doing things. So it's often where a lot of new homeschool moms start, just simply because it's nationwide and it's a great way to make friends. I still recommend it, especially if someone lives in a rural area and that's the only group around. Like, yeah, you be friends, put up with the stuff you don't want to put up with. You know, I'm in the position where I live in a very homeschool friendly state. And so I didn't need to be in that co-op to have homeschool friends or to have homeschool activities. So, yeah.
Struggling Mama says the stats are bananas. How much
Yeah.
better homeschooling is.
It's bananas. It's true.
Right.
It's true. Did you know that only 37% of high school seniors are reading at a proficient level? Yeah.
Hilda Stick, do you do daily devotional with your children?
I do, yes. And I do them separate because I have an age span in my house. So my oldest, we do alone together, adult stuff. And then my younger ones, we do it in our morning time. Yeah. And I love it.
Somebody, yes. Yes, I'm in a classical co-op that's splintered off from CC.
Yes.
We as a group needed a change.
Yeah. Yep.
Jennifer, since homeschooling my 13-year-old boy this year, he is learning so much more and is so happy.
Yay! Everybody give her hearts. That's so brave. You homeschooled a junior higher, girl. A lot of moms are scared to do that. You're an encouragement. Yay!
Criverella, do you attend homeschooling conventions? Do you enjoy them if you do?
I have attended homeschooling conventions. I don't enjoy all of them, but I do enjoy some of them. So this is what I would say about conventions. Look at the speaker lineup. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And we should get going here pretty soon.
Okay.
But Brittany over on TikTok, hi, just joined the live.
Hi, Brittany.
Currently going to start homeschooling my littles.
Good.
What is CC?
Yeah, sorry, everybody. Yeah, here's the thing. With the, there's all this threat of being, oh, you don't want to get canceled. You don't want this. I'm also not going to lie. I'm never going to lie to you guys. I have my opinions. There's other people that don't share so I did leave that organization, but one of my mentors in my community who I love, we are really, really close friends. She loves it. She loves it and she's still in it. It has not affected our friendship. It's not anything like that. So, and all of the communities are different. It depends on your particular leadership as well. That is really important. Yes. Good luck on your PSAT.
Muggle Weasleys. Would you be a speaker at a convention? It would be awesome to see you.
Oh, yes, I am a speaker. And if you want to invite me to one of your local conventions, I would love to come. Absolutely. I love it. Yes. I was on a podcast yesterday. That was really fun. I go on a lot of podcasts and, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And for Brittany, she's just starting, so she should grab the guide probably too.
Yeah, Brittany, you're just starting, so grab my 26-page free How to Homeschool guide. It's pink. It's right behind me, but you'll get the download. And grab it because it's free. And then let me know what you think and what you're thinking about starting. We have some really cool stuff coming down the pipeline that the group will have access to first, of course. But, and I don't think I can say things yet. No.
Hilda Stick over on Instagram. We should probably go pretty soon after this.
Okay.
I have a soon-to-be second grader, a sixth grader, and I'm new homeschooling for next year.
Okay.
Any recommendations on how to keep them from getting bored in between helping the other kid?
Yes. So
second grader, sixth grader.
A second grader and a sixth grader. So it might be if you're worried about that or if they are kids that get bored. So this is something that is going to be a wonderful thing that's going to be a gift for not only you, but a gift for your family. That's a common problem to have in the beginning because kids are used to being entertained, being told what to do, right? And going from one activity to the next. I would read some research on boredom and how important it is for imagination and play and healthy for kids' development. And so, and kind of have a plan for you're going to play independently while I'm working with the other child and, working with your sister, working with your brother. And you can start out with a list of items that they can do and they have to keep themselves occupied with that type of a thing. It gets a lot easier as kids get comfortable in their own skin and how to entertain themselves. But it is a gift, a lifelong gift to them, and also a great gift for your family that you don't feel like you're constantly having to tell your kid what to do next. They don't need that. They really don't. But those skills aren't honed yet for a lot of kids who have been in the system. And it's not your fault. It's really just the way the system is. Kids plop down, they look up, they're told what page to go on, what to do next, what to say, they're called on, they have to raise their hand to even go to the bathroom. Then after school, they're schlepped to a sport that's also led by an adult where they're still told what to do, right? So it's really not anyone's fault. It's just a symptom of it. And what I can tell you is most of us homeschool moms, that's not our problem. We homeschool for the small amount of hours that it takes in the day. And then we don't even know where our kids are because they're either building Legos or doing stop motion or in the backyard building a fort or they're roller skating. And, we have rules as to how far you can go around the house and things like that. But my kids, they literally never, I don't think in years have come to me and said, I'm bored. What do I do? That's not necessarily anything I did except let them be bored, let them work through it, right? So also make sure, which I'm sure you're already doing, and this is for everybody, make sure you're reading out loud every day. There isn't really anything more important that you could possibly doing to instill a love of learning and a love of story. And when you are doing that, they'll start picking up books. Not all the time, but it's a great way to ignite that fire in your own kids. And so there will be that day where you're like, where's my kid? And they're in their bed binge reading. And you're like, oh, this is so cool. So
maybe we'll wrap up with this one.
Okay.
Moving along says, thanks, always enjoy listening to you. And Britt says, everyone I know is against homeschool. I'm always the minority.
Oh, Britt, you should join my community. Oh, maybe she already is. So, hold on, baby doll. Hold on. Oh. Okay, so you guys, 50% off the first month in Thrive. Grab it. I am personally inviting you right now to take that deal. That button will be gone in 2 hours. And you guys know, what am I about to do? I'm going to get off this live. I'm going to see who gets the prize tonight. What am I about to do? Besides eat Easter chocolate. And good chocolate, not cheap chocolate. We can't be friends if you guys like cheap chocolate. It's just, it can't happen. Who knows what I'm about to do? Anybody? Did anybody say? I know there's a delay. It's what my kids get every time I go live. Lindsay! Yay, Lindsay! I know. I feel like we should have some sort of a swag. Sadie got it. It's like the special thing that we do when I go live. My girls know that I'm going to read them fairy tales after. But first, I'm going to have some milk and chocolate. C's Candy chocolate. Because I got a little Easter basket on Easter. So I love you guys. Have a great night. I'll see you in Thrive. We have 2 discussion groups tomorrow. They're going to be so good. I don't know if you've seen the questions yet, but download those questions if you're in my group ahead of time and bring those to our 2 Zooms. And our deliverable drop this month is absolutely amazing. It's elective classes that you're going to get for free in your membership. So, all right, don't forget to click that button. Try out the group for 50% off the first month, and we will see you on the next live. All right? Okay, I love you guys. Have a good night.